everyone, so today I am doing a review, first impression and dupe video on the Kylie matte liquid lipstick and lip liner lip kits. I am 99% sure you guys have heard of these or tried these or something. These have basically gone viral. They're impossible to get, they're really hard to get, not impossible to get. I've heard mixed opinions, some people love them, some people hate them. So I'm going to do a first impression today. I'm going to try them all on, swatch them for you, and then wear one of them throughout the day to see how it wears and how comfortable it is and all of that kind of thing. So I found like 4 or 5 dupes of each color. Some of them aren't exact dupes, but they're similar colors, and then some of them are like basically the exact same color. So I'm gonna do all of that today, and if you guys do enjoy this video, please let me know because I can do some more, because I did actually manage to order the rest of the colors. So if you find this video helpful, let me know and I'll do dupes for all of the other colors as well. Today I'm gonna be doing Dolce K, Candy K, and KOURT K. So I haven't worn these before. The most I've done is swatch them on my leg actually. I was swatching them all on my legs to match up all the dupes. But yeah, I haven't tried any of them on my actual lips yet. So I'm so excited. I hope they're good. So without further ado, let's begin. I think I might start with Candy K. So this is the lip liner. The packaging is nice. It's just black with the logo in metallic, and then the color is at the very end. So it's nice and easy to find. It's really nice and easy. Like, it doesn't drag. It's really creamy. Have to resist the urge to rub my lips together, because what I'm going to do is do the dupe on the bottom lip. It's really nice and even as well. It doesn't go patchy, it doesn't grab onto any dryness. It's actually really good first impression wise. And then the dupe I have here is by Too Faced. It is their Perfect Lips lip liner in the shade Perfect Spice. It actually feels very similar in consistency as well. Like, it's very creamy and glides on really smoothly. So there you have it. As you can see, they look identical. I actually think this Too Faced one might be a little bit more opaque when I drew it on. It might be like half a shade darker, if that. They look the same. Come on now. So that's the first dupe. I'm going to wipe these off now, and we will just do the liquid lipstick straight on the lips with nothing underneath, so we can see the true colors and the true dupes. So same thing with the liquid lipstick. I'm going to apply it to my top lip so you can see the color, and then I'm going to put the dupes on the bottom side. So again, this is Candy K. This is what the packaging looks like. I'm a huge fan of the packaging. I think it's really cute. It's got little dripping marks and then a black lid, and you can see the color through the tube. So let's try this out. This is what the applicator looks like. The formula looks quite runny, just looking at it. Has a really strong scent. Is it vanilla or something? Something similar to that. It's so unnatural to not rub my lips together. It feels really weird. Okay, so that's what it looks like. This looks really weird right now. It's already starting to dry, so it does dry quite quickly. The formula is very runny, but very easy to apply. It goes on really opaque, really evenly. No patchiness, nothing like that. The line is nice and crisp. I feel like a little bit too much product did come out on the actual applicator. Like, it's very saturated, but you could really just sit there and scrape it off if you wanted to. Yeah, it's starting to dry really nicely. It's looking good. So I'm gonna begin with the dupes now. The first one I have here is Dopey by Colourpop. Now, as I said, some of these are a little bit off, but they are all very similar colors. So if you want a similar effect, any of these colors are gonna be great. So I just wanted to add in a few different ones, different price points, different brands. So no matter where you are, where you live in the world, or you know, how much money you want to spend, hopefully one of these dupes will be okay for you. Colourpop's texture is definitely a lot creamier and not necessarily thicker, just less runny. By the way, this is the Ultra Satin liquid lipstick, so it's not completely matte. It does have a satin finish. So if I just let that dry a little bit, so if you look really closely, the Kylie Jenner one is definitely a little bit more beige, whereas the Colourpop is a little bit more purpley pink, but the overall shades are very similar. So that is the first dupe I have here. It's the weirdest thing with Colourpop. Some of them stain your lips bright red. It's really bizarre. But moving on. The next one I have here is Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin. This is a very similar kind of undertone, quite beige. So that's how Celebrity Skin looks. Kylie Jenner is a little slight bit more pinky, very similar, a little bit closer than the last dupe as well. So once again, that is Celebrity Skin by Jeffree Star. The next dupe I have here is by Sleek. This is the Matte Me liquid lipstick in the shade Birthday Suit. This dupe is nearly identical. It's so close. It's actually very similar to Celebrity Skin as well. I would say that the birthday suit is just a little bit more pink, slightly. Now that they're both dry, you can see how close they are. Very similar colors. I actually think the sleek one emphasizes fine lines less as well. It looks a lot smoother. Next up we have Galactic Bashful. This is the matte lip paint. This formula is incredible. It's so silky smooth and so creamy, and it does dry down to a very similar finish, and it dries down to a similar kind of tone, maybe a little bit more beige, a little bit less pink. As you can see, the more it dries down, it is quite similar. So once again, that is Bashful by Galactic. And then the last dupe I have here is Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Crush. Crush is definitely a little bit more pink and maybe half a shade lighter than the Candy K, but it has that similar kind of effect. If you want something a little bit lighter, this could be a good option. Once it dries down, it is a very similar kind of color, but yeah, a little bit lighter and a little bit pinker. The more it dries, the more accurate it becomes. So yeah, that again is Crush by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So that is Candy K finished. Beautiful color, like a little review on the color. I really like it. At the end of the day though, it is just, you know, a beige kind of nude. There are so many different colors that are very similar. If you've got any of those colors that I just showed you, any of those dupes, I honestly don't think you need Candy K unless you really want to try it. It is a really nice nude, but it's just a nude. Nudes are so easy to come by and there are so many different nudes. Is it anything incredibly special? Not really, but my opinion may change once I try them on all day long. You know, if the formula is incredible, then it could be a really good one. Wow, they stay on pretty well. So next up we have Dolce K, which is a slightly darker nude than Candy K and a little bit more grey, I believe. This one was actually the most difficult to find dupes for, in my opinion. The darkest red was the easiest to find dupes for. I found so many, but I'll get onto that soon. So Dolce K lip liner, once again, I'm gonna do the top lip and then the bottom lip, I will do a dupe. The formula feels the exact same, really silky smooth. The dupe I have here is Centerfold by Chi Chi. This is one of my favorite lip liners ever. So that's them next to each other. They are virtually identical. Centerfold just looks a little bit more opaque. Add some more of Kylie. They are quite literally the exact same color. So there's that dupe. I will list all of the dupes down below with links if I can find them. Okay, time for the liquid lipstick Dolce K. So that's Dolce K. Again, this looks really strange. Dolce K is a little bit darker than Candy K. I'll actually swatch Dolce K and Candy K on my hand so you can see how they look next to each other. So that top one is Dolce K, the bottom one is Candy K. Candy K is a little bit pinker and a little bit lighter. I have one lipstick here. This is 1993 matte lipstick by Urban Decay. 1993 lipstick is just a little bit darker, but not much at all. It's also a little bit richer in color. It's a little bit brighter, more saturated. Dolce K is a little bit more muted, but very similar shades, as you can see. Next up is Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D. This color is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. I actually did a lip swatch video of all of my Kat Von D lipsticks. If you want to watch it, I will link it down below. So that is how Kat Von D Bow and Arrow looks next to Dolce K. Very similar colors. I think Bow and Arrow is just ever so slightly lighter, but once it dries down, it does get a little bit darker. It's very similar. See how it's starting to dry? It looks a lot more similar. Next up, I have Muse by BH Cosmetics. This is a little bit different, but let me try it on. As you can see, Muse is a little bit more grey. It's a little bit less brown. But that being said, Muse is so cheap. I'm gonna do a lip swatch video on these very soon, so you'll be able to see every single color. The color is very similar in terms of the tone, the deepness. It's just, yeah, a little bit more grey. So once again, that is called Muse. And then the last one I have here is called Beeper by Colourpop. This is the Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick formula. This is well and truly a dupe. This looks almost identical. Especially once it dries matte, as always, it looks more or less the exact same. So if you want a really good dupe that is a really affordable price, Colourpop is the way to go. You almost can't even tell the difference. I think Beeper is ever so slightly pinker, but come on now. To the untrained eye, if someone just glanced at me right now, they'd think I was wearing the same lipstick all over. So the last shade is KOURT K. So the last one I have here is KOURT K, and this is a really deep kind of purpley mahogany reddish color. So first off, again, the lip liners. So I'm gonna do KOURT K on the top. And then the dupe I have here is again by Chi Chi, the lip liner in Movie Star. Both of them look like they're kind of, you know, applied really roughly, but normally I would rub my lips together to blend them in. But I'm just gonna obviously leave them like this. They look a little bit patchy, but if you were applying them normally and, you know, rubbing your lips together, they would look great. As you can see though, the color is almost identical. It is identical. I can't actually see any difference at all. So here is KOURT K going on the top lip. I actually find the applicator a little bit awkward. It's really small, which if you have smaller lips, it's probably a good thing, but I just find it, I don't know, it's weird. It doesn't slide on as nicely as I would like. It's such a weird thing to say, but I'm just saying. I've actually got a dentist appointment today, so this will be interesting. This color is beautiful, but as I said, it's so easy to dupe. So I'm going to show you some of the ones I found. The first one here is the Soft Matte Lip Cream by NYX in Transylvania. The formula is more of a moussey kind of texture, and it is a soft matte. It's not like a liquid lipstick. It's like a, I don't know how to explain. They look the same though. So that is both of them together. They look identical, you can't tell the difference. NYX is a great brand as well. It's one of my favorite affordable brands, so there you go. Again, that is Transylvania. Kylie is a little bit patchy, so I do recommend probably wearing it with the lip liner. We will soon see. When I apply it for the rest of the day, we'll see if it's more even with the lip liner underneath, but on its own, it's a little bit patchy if you can see. Next up is Sad Girl by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a little bit different because Sad Girl does have little specks of glitter through it, but it's still a liquid matte lipstick. It's a really cool color. It's one of my favorite ones that Anastasia Beverly Hills does. As you can see, Sad Girl is a little bit more bright. It's a little bit more red. It has a very, very similar kind of outcome. The Anastasia Beverly Hills actually looks a lot more even on my lips without a lip liner. As you can see, you get a very, very similar effect. A lot of these products I'm showing you today, I have done lip swatch videos on, so I'll list them all down below. I've done a lip swatch video on those Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks as well as these. This is the next dupe. It is the Retro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade High Drama. Again, the MAC one is a little bit patchy. You do have to work carefully with it or use a lip liner. As you can see, once again, they look almost identical. The MAC one has a slightly more red, really deep red undertone, whereas KOURT K has a little bit more purple, but only slightly. They look almost identical. And then the final dupe I have here is by Lipland. It is the Amrezy Montenegro liquid lipstick. I've used this in a tutorial. I'll link it down below. It is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite liquid lipsticks. This one is so opaque and so smooth and even. Montenegro is a little bit pinky red compared to KOURT K, but again, once it dries down, it looks almost identical. You can barely tell the difference. And that is my final dupe. So now I'm going to take this off and apply the lip liner and the liquid lipstick of KOURT K, and I'm going to wear it throughout the day and see how well it lasts. Kylie Jenner's liquid lipsticks are so hard to get off. You would kind of want to use like an oil, like coconut oil or something like that at the end of the day to really melt it off, unless it comes off easily throughout the day, which we will soon see. This is actually how Kylie Jenner gets big lips, you guys. She doesn't get lip injections, she just puts on her liquid lipsticks and rubs them off. My lips like literally grow in size, look at that. Okay, I'm just going to touch up my foundation. I'm doing a first impression today on this foundation here, the Rainforest of the Sea by Tarte. If it's already up, I'll link it down below. Otherwise, keep your eye out because it'll be up very soon. By the way, and if you're like really squeamish of eyes, look away now, but if you've noticed the redness, it's because I got LASIK eye surgery. I filmed the entire thing. Well, Hamish did. He filmed me getting LASIK eye surgery. I'll put a link down below if you want to watch it. It's pretty crazy what they can do these days. Alright, so going in with KOURT K lip liner. Even though there are dupes for it, it is such a beautiful color nonetheless. It is beautiful, it is stunning, love it. I also did love Dolce K as well, but again, it's just a nude. Like, is it super unique? Not really. As I say, if these colors are incredible, like the formula, if they last all day, then I will definitely get a lot of wear out of them regardless. And I think for a lot of people, they are very wearable shades as well. Like, they're very safe colors. They go with a lot of different skin tones and a lot of different makeup looks as well. I do admire how Kylie just picked out shades that she knew she loved, rather than going for just colors that she knew would sell really well, even though these all do sell really well. I like how she did stick to herself and just put out shades that she loved as well. I think that's so cool. So I'm putting the lip liner all over because that's how I wear my lip liner. I never just do that. So as you can see, once I could actually move my lips together, the lip liner blends out a lot more evenly than what I showed you before. Yeah, see, once that's on top of the lip liner, there's no issues with patchiness at all. It looks really nice and even. Let's see how well it goes throughout the day. So the time is now 1 p.m. We'll just see how well it lasts. I'm about to go get some food. Later on, I've got a dentist appointment. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, so it's 3 p.m. now. So it's been on for 2 hours. I think I put it on at 1 o'clock. Anyways, as you can see, it's kind of worn off. So for lunch, I probably got the worst, messiest thing I could possibly get. I got this thing called Spanish eggs, and basically it was like eggs, bread, butter, herbs, and yogurt. But the butter was like dripping around my mouth like everywhere. So as you can see, the butter did remove some of it because butter is an oil. But apart from that, when I was eating, like, I got some like fries on the side and stuff, and none of the lipstick was coming off on them. It was just the butter removed some of the product, which I'm not surprised really. And to be honest, the rest of the lipstick stayed on really, really well and didn't transfer anything. Like when I used a serviette, it just stayed on. So I feel like if you are wearing these, avoid anything uber oily. Avoid butter, avoid oily foods. Like if you're eating finger food, like spring rolls, I don't know. Stick to dry foods, stick to non-oily foods. So what I'm gonna do is just touch up the lipstick. I'm gonna try and layer it and see how it feels. By the way, so far the lipstick feels very comfortable. It definitely feels like I've got something on. It doesn't feel thick or anything. It feels a little bit drying, but nothing uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like super dry. It just feels like it's there. I don't know if that makes sense. So it's definitely not invisible feeling, but it's also not uncomfortable. It does not layer good at all. Every time I like put more on, press my lips together, it just goes so patchy. So let's do another color. I'm going to the dentist. I am kind of panicking. I know I said that these darker colors are definitely easier to see, you know, the wear and everything, but this is so high maintenance. I feel like if you were just going out for a night out and you were drinking out of a straw, you weren't eating, it would be so spectacular. Let's try on a nude, and it's gonna be on until tonight. I'm sorry guys, I'm so choppy changey. So I'm using Candy K. Okay, so that's on. As I said, it's 3:02 now. Ooh. I'll come back in a few hours. We'll see how it holds up through the dentist visit. Hey guys, so post dentist appointment, it looks perfect still. I also brushed my teeth before I went to the dentist and it still looks perfect. I haven't touched it up, haven't changed it or anything. It's the exact same as the other color as well, comfort wise. It's a little tiny bit drying, but nothing to bother me. And I didn't even moisturize my lips or anything before I put this on. I just put it on straight away, unmoisturized, went and dry. So yeah, I'll come back in a few more hours after dinner and everything, and we will see if it's still on. Hey guys, so it is now 10 p.m. I had soup for dinner. I was very, very careful when I was drinking it, but it still kind of came off a little bit. With this color, it's not as noticeable because it is a nude, but it did still come off a bit. So it's definitely transfer proof. I tested it on my hands. I forgot to show you guys. I kissed Hamish a couple times on the cheek today. No sign of any makeup transferred onto him. It was really good. But yeah, with the food, it did kind of fade off a little bit and it kind of melted here. So with that being said, would I recommend them? Yeah, the formula is pretty good. As I said, if you're going clubbing or something like that, I feel like it's the perfect product because if you're drinking out of a straw all night, not really eating too much, it's really good and you can make out with as many boys as you want. If you have a massive night full of food and grease, probably not the best thing because yeah, it just kind of comes off with any sign of oil or any sign of liquidy stuff. That's my experience with it anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It lasts well, it is comfortable on the lips, it's transfer proof. It's just that as soon as I ate stuff, it just didn't really stick on there very well. The longer I wore this color throughout the day as well, the more I enjoyed it. And as I kind of covered earlier, I do think you should take it off before you reapply because when I just tried to layer it, it went so nasty on my lips. Do I think these are worth the hype? Yes and no, like they are good, and if the opportunity comes up where you can grab them easily and not have to like fight for your life, like the Hunger Games online, go ahead, give them a go, especially if you really love the colors. I hope this review helped you guys out. I feel like it was so all over the place. This is my first time doing like a dupe and first impression video all in one, so if there's anything else you would like me to do or not do or whatever, feel free to leave me some feedback so I can make the next one better. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of these products if you've tried them in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. And if you guys want to see some more of my videos, make sure you check out the ones on the screen. I'll also have them linked in the down bar. The video on the left is a collaboration with Sally Joe. We did our makeup together. And then the video on the right is a get ready with me with my hair, makeup, and outfit. I hope you guys like them.